Are you gonna inaugural like?
I think we should do it. I get it.
I'm in the banana bunch.
I need to like knight people with this. That might happen actually. I'll be doing professional knighting during the demos here in the store. All right. All kidding aside.
Okay.
What's up, banana bunch? Bunch?
Welcome to the Jungle Gyms podcast. What's up, Banana Bunch? You know what time it is? It's time for another episode of the Jungle Gyms podcast. Welcome to the show. As always, thanks to everybody out there in the audio land. I just recently connected with our Spotify audience a little more in depth, and so if you are if you're listening along on Spotify, because I have to switch, I think, carriers to get the video there today. But if you're listening along on Spotify, you can actually engage with me directly through the Q&A program, and then I'll answer the questions that you ask on the show, or as we found out with our most recent outreach, I'll even come do your podcast. That was really cool. And thank you for having me. Thanks, Zoe. That was very cool of you. Check that out. It's on Jungle Gym Social if you want to see the episode I did there, talking with some students, some bright young minds. Anyway, now, of course, we've also got a bunch of you who've joined us over on YouTube, and this is official announcement, we broke 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you so much, all of you, for that. And because of that, I'm not just going to give away something for just for one of you. I've got in my hand 3 sets of tickets here for a little holiday action. I'm going to send, there's 3 pairs, so that's 6 tickets total, but it's going to go to 3 different people. This is a local attraction here. This came to us courtesy of Entertainment Junction, and internally from my friend Kathy. Thanks, Kathy. We appreciate you. And thanks for all the news segments. Anyway, these are complimentary do-it-all tickets. So you can go take in their trains, their Christmas lights, all kinds of stuff there. This is a very big value. I forget the exact dollar amount, but if you're a parent out there and you've been to Entertainment Junction, I know that you've been like, oh, that is a healthy ticket price. Anyway, and because of that, I want to send 3 pairs of you to check out Entertainment Junction this year, here, conveniently in Butler County. All you got to do, first off, tell your friends to come subscribe to us. Maybe tag someone in the comment, but what I really need is you need to be subscribed, and I want you to leave a comment on this episode. Tell me something you loved about this episode, something you learned. You can give me some interesting train facts. I'm into that. I'll learn something. So great, that's where we'll start, and then I will announce the winners next week, and then you can come pick them up from the Fairfield store at your leisure. But do it fast, because these tickets are just through the holiday. They expire on December 31st, 2023. All right, moving on. A couple fun new things. So my pals over at Urban Artifact brought me this. This is called Seedless. Urban Artifact, a favorite local brewery of mine, they just launched a whole non-alcoholic line of their, let's get that crack, the crack of the can opening, since if you're only listening, of their non-alcoholic, these are the Midwest fruit tarts. So this, I've already tried these, but I'm opening this because I really like them. So they came in mango and strawberry. I believe they should be on shelves soon if they're not already. Don't quote me on that just in case. I have no kind of authority there, but I really love them both. I think I like the strawberry slightly more, but if you ever had Urban's Midwest fruit tarts, you kind of get an idea of their like sour vibe. I think they excel. The mango is great. I think the strawberry is even greater. They really nail it with the berry flavors. But to give you an idea, I would say it's slightly sweeter than their usual sour drinks, but not by much. There is 43 calories per can. So I'm kind of treating this now as almost like a little soda for me, because it definitely hits those notes. It's like, what if you made a mango or strawberry soda out of actual fruit? That's the best way I can describe it. It's great. I love that they're calling it Seedless. That's awesome. The branding's cool. Anyway, congrats, Urban Artifact. I love you all. Thank you so much for the samples, too. And hey, if you're one of those people that's like, I don't know, Mark, I'm a little curious about this. Well, it's not alcoholic, so I'll offer you this. If I've got samples, if you come to visit me, I'll give you a can to try. Just come by. I offer this kind of stuff all the time. Not many of you take me up on it, and thank you for being respectful of my time. But speaking of things that I love in the store and that you can sample yourself, so coming in this week, and you might remember a few months back, Jaina from the deli and I were sampling a bunch of new products that she brought in, and we were really particularly enthused with this line called Bubbies. And actually, I just found this out right before I just got off the phone with them like an hour or two ago. And I just found out a few minutes ago that if you go to Bubbies' website, you can see a clip of the show. That was really cool. So thank you all for that. But I brought in here, this is their dill. I've got their classic dipping sauce, and then their spicy. It's garlic. It's like a creamy garlic dipping sauce. It is stupid delicious. And I'm bringing it up not just because I love it and I've got it here, but Bubbies will be in both Jungle Gym stores this week. Let me look at the calendar date on that. What would that be? I believe it's the 8th and the 9th of December. They'll be in both stores doing sampling. So again, at Fairfield and Eastgate, both Friday and Saturday, you can sample their products. Highly recommend it. If you haven't tried, this is way better than just coming to see me, right? You can go to your favorite Jungle Gym store, try it out. It's going to be delicious. And I think you're going to love this. They are $1.50 off a container this week too. So heads up on that. And then last but not least, if you've been following our social, our friends at Super Coffee brought us in some samples last week, and they now are already on shelf. So you should come and try these. It's called Extra. And it comes in 2 flavors. So these are, I'll read their quote so I don't blow this. I'm a 200 milligram jolt of caffeine, a zing of flavor with 0 added sugar, and a Zeus-like blast of pure kick ass. They censor it on the can, but I know what those 2 asterisks meant. Anyway, to give you an idea, it's like an energy coffee drink. So the can here in blue, that's vanilla. By the way, they also have 7 grams of protein per serving. I liked the vanilla. I loved the mocha. It tastes like Yoo-hoo with a little bit of coffee in it. It goes so hard. It hit that nostalgia note. And then, those are the big ones. Got a little squishable on the table. I thought this was a little festive. We got all kinds of Christmas toys and stuff here. So look, I'm just getting you ready. And speaking of getting you ready, so this week on the show, I brought in Melinda from Pet Cakes. She's fun and exciting. Her product's pretty cool. And she was gracious enough to bring some samples for both, well, realistically for my dog Morrison, and he loved them. But before I welcome her to the show, let me introduce Pet Department Manager Mike, who wants to show off another product here. Since we're doing a pet-themed episode, let's show off another little product, right, Mike?
Howdy, Mark.
Why are you in my studio, Mike?
I got something I got to tell everybody. I got one of my best new products of the year.
Okay.
Is by Woof Pet, and it is an awesome toy that keeps dog occupied. This little ball, it has a screw top. You unscrew the top, drop in a ball, screw the top back on, and the company says it gives your dog 20 minutes of playtime.
Oh, cool. So I don't want to call it disposable, but like it's like a treat inside there that they make that shape
the
specifically.
balls like usable. The black ones are for super chewers.
Okay.
And the green ones are for not so super chewers.
Do you mind if I see?
No,
test it. Have you guys tested this personally
no,
yet?
we have not chewed it yet.
I'm a little disappointed. You'll eat the treats, but this is cool. Morrison would love this.
And it comes in a vitamin ball and a calming ball.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was gonna have, what's the one we have open there? Popsicle?
Yeah, this one, the regular ones are just called
treats.
popsicles. They're just treats, but they come in peanut butter, beef, and chicken.
Wow, it like reeks of peanut butter too. I
know.
Normally dog treat peanut butter doesn't smell like
No, it doesn't smell that good.
Yeah.
And then they also have these little trays that you can make your own balls.
Oh.
And like the guy who I talked to, he said that if you like just mash up some leftovers, throw them in the ball and
freeze it up.
You can throw it in there.
No kidding.
These are dishwasher safe too. So
cool.
You can just, when your dog is done being disgusting with them, you can just throw them in the dishwasher.
Heck yes. That's where I throw both myself and my dog anyway. Sometimes
helpful.
2 rinses, is what it takes, the heated wash. Oh, this is super fun. Oh yeah, I can see it feels incredibly durable
Strong.
too.
Yeah, it's really strong.
We've been, we've carried a lot of Kong in our life,
right?
Because I do have some I've known a few intense chewers, but that's enough about my personal life. What's the price points on these by any chance?
I should have had that ready for me.
That's okay. We'll pretend like I didn't answer that. So hold on, let me cut back. What were we saying? Something about whatever. Anyway, okay. So you've got you mentioned you've got multiple different levels of the chew texture, right? And different sizes too, right? Because this one's
small, medium, and large.
Is the green is a softer chewer, right? Does it come in a black or like the hard chewer in that size?
I've got all 3 sizes.
In different
both super chewers and non-super chewers.
Oh, that's perfect. Very cool. And they can find it obviously in the pet department. Is it on one of the end
It's
caps
on
right
the
now?
front end cap through the end of the year, and it is only available at Jungle Gyms in the Midwest region. So
Ooh, that's really
it is
cool.
exclusive to us.
Oh my gosh, how did I not let you lead with that?
Eastgate and Fairfield.
Really? That's really cool. Cool. So is that both stores. That's great to hear too. Well, I mean, I do want to try and chew on one of these, but we'll save that for the after hours episode. Anything else fun going on in the department? So we've obviously got pet cakes on today. It's a Mike A day on the podcast.
Should always be a Mike A.
I know, Mike. I've seen your emails. Jesus, dude.
No, I mean we've got a ton of Christmas selections for everybody.
Oh, hold on. Let me move that again.
Oh,
You
God.
can say that one more time. It's okay. I'm not editing around it. I do this all the time. You be comfortable. I'll move the mic to you.
All right. We've got a lot of Christmas
Yeah.
Christmas treats for dogs and cats. So
That's awesome.
We've got plenty of that going around. We've got some new coats in for dogs.
Oh,
and
cool.
Some adorable hats for dogs as well.
Oh, I didn't see that too. Now I'm going to need a matching one though, because that's the person I am. I think it turns out.
good.
That's awesome, Mike. Thanks for your time, man. Thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Hey, Mike. Thanks for your time. All right, everyone, check that out. Come into the store, and in the meantime, let's introduce Melinda from Pet Cakes.
Well, thank you for having me, Mike.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad you're here. This is
Me
look,
too.
like we said earlier, I was like, anytime anybody comes in a fun outfit, I'm twice as excited. Yeah, look at that. That's amazing. And the spread is amazing too. You know, I joke all the time for anybody watching along. I know we got a lot of you mostly listening on audio, but anybody watching along, you can see this. And for those of you not seeing, look at this spread. Like she's brought all of her product out here, fresh baked goodies for the pets.
I don't know.
You know, but this is amazing, and I want to encourage more guests on the show to do this kind of thing. So anyway,
Thank you.
thank you. I appreciate it. It's awesome, and more importantly, you brought a bunch of bananas.
Well, I'm in the banana bench now.
I know.
Yay.
Welcome to the family. Truly,
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
So
Tap, tap,
yes,
tap.
yes.
Are you going to inaugural like tap?
I think
me
we
on
should
the
do it.
shoulder?
I get it.
I'm in the banana
You're in the
bunch.
I need to like knight people with this. That might happen actually. I'll be doing professional knighting during the demos here in the store. All right. All kidding aside.
Okay.
Tell me your story. Tell me about Pet Cakes.
Okay, so I love to cook. My children have all been four-legged, so it made sense that I start cooking for them. And my most recent, actually the second most recent adoption is Bella, who had allergies to wheat, corn, and soy. Aww. So I started cooking for her, and it turned into this beautiful cakes, cookies, and a complete cookbook. She
amazing.
is the inspiration, the mascot, and the official taste tester.
And she's so cute. And
She
I love
is.
seeing her all over this.
She is. She's
Little sweetie.
Bella, my
Aw.
baby.
That's amazing. How old is she?
She is going on 17.
Oh, wow. Hey,
Yeah.
that's what we love about those Jack Russells. Hardy, long lives, here for it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And of course, she's been eating very well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
With
sure
no
that
wheat,
doesn't.
corn, and soy, no
Yeah.
salt, sugar, preservatives in any of our mixes.
You know what's funny is, so as soon as you said that, I know we were talking about it off camera, but as soon as you said that, I started thinking, my mom's got a little Jack Russell who I swear has had, well, she swears too, that she's had intense allergy issues because she rescued her, not from in town, but like we're all like, oh, is it a climate thing? Is it something in the carpet? You know, and she's tried everything. So now I'm very excited for sweet little Harlow. There you go, Mom, if you're watching, to try this out too, to see if that's a thing, because I know like the full allergy testing was prohibitively expensive, I'll say.
Yes, it is.
So this might be an easy way to test it out too. So yeah.
So a lot of dogs and cats have allergies to wheat, corn, and soy, and I didn't realize that. We met in 2008 or 9, and then I started Pet Cakes in 2010, and her itching, her hot spots went away.
Really?
But I also, so these are treats. These are not the food. So food for dogs should not have excess wheat, corn, and soy. And
Right.
That's kind of a cheap filler for overprocessed kibble.
Sure.
And learning about that and cooking better for her definitely helped increase her lifespan.
Oh yeah. So on her regular kibble end too, I'm assuming you just found like some grain-free options and things along that line too.
Well, we just changed to frozen raw.
Oh, cool.
And she turned into a puppy again. It was
Aw,
crazy.
That is kind of amazing. I love that.
She had some issues with, I forget what it's called, and she has to say very low fat diet.
Okay.
So that was the lowest.
Apparently Harlow does too. She's looking a little sausagey at first. Look, I get it. Me too. But I think she is doing good now. I joked the other day when I saw her. I was like, oh, she's a little more turkey sausage now. So I was like, slightly trimmed down. She's like one of the dwarf jacks too, so she's got the little legs. So it's like, I joke. I'm like, it's a little funny, but also I feel a little bit bad. But it's so funny because my mom has always been really good about like regulating that stuff. But for whatever reason, she's like the only dog we've ever had as a family who has like the weird food aggression. So she's like, she's always eating out of like the maize bowls, but it's like, I feel like I should enter her in a competition because, like, you know, that usually slows a dog down. I think she's like twice as fast with it now.
Well, they're so smart.
Yeah, too smart.
A lot. Very, very smart. This one is too.
I bet. Oh, of course. I was going to say.
She happens to be deaf.
Really?
She was born deaf.
Aw.
And I didn't know it when I adopted her. Okay, I always say, I adopt the dogs and they rescue me.
Of course.
But for 2 months, I'm like, Mom, she's a really sound sleeper.
Yeah.
She's like, Melinda, maybe she's deaf. I'm like, no, I'm the mom. I'm her mom. I would know. And sure enough, she was deaf. I'm like, she's such a sound sleeper.
Oh my gosh, that's so. It is like a little funny, but at the same time, I feel so bad for him. It's hard just to go through that. Oh my gosh. All right, so I've just been flipping through. First off, again. Love seeing her in the cookbook as often as she is.
Oh, it's like, where's Waldo?
Yeah,
where's Bella?
Yeah, exactly. Bella's in here. She's like, oh, Bella's enjoying some Barktown biscuits, it looks like.
Oh, that's because I love Christian at Boomtown Biscuits.
Oh.
And we were going to partner and do a doggy brunch at Boomtown.
At Boomtown.
And I always like try to mirror a recipe that so I partnered with pet-friendly patios with high-end restaurants, and I catered to the four-legged guests. That's amazing. And they catered to the two-legged guests.
Oh my gosh, are you still doing that?
Well, it was really hot the summer of 2019.
And then something happened shortly after 2019.
Something happened, and then instead of going around, because I always wanted my own like reality TV show where I cook human-looking food for dogs.
That's awesome.
And cats. But so I pivoted and created the cookbook so people can make it at home.
Have you ever thought about doing that on YouTube?
Yes.
I think you should.
Okay.
We'll talk more about that after the show.
Let's do it.
Because I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
Yes.
Banana pump.
Yeah.
Boop.
We touched tips. We're good to go now. All right. Well, that's the end of my job. They consented. No, all kidding aside. No, that's amazing. Okay, let's walk through. First off, let's walk through some of the stuff you've made here today, because these are all based out of the baking kits, correct?
Okay, so thank you, junglejims, for having pet cakes on your shelves now. And we have 2 products. It's the complete baking kit for dogs and cats, which I'm the only one who has the celebration kit for cats in the country.
Really?
Yes. They get overlooked, not here. And we have the complete birthday baking kit for cats and dogs. So in essence, the complete baking kit has 4 cake mixes, 2 frosting mixes, and the reusable pan. One's bone-shaped for dogs, fish-shaped for cats. I happen to have the patent on these pans.
Really?
And they're made in Cincinnati.
That's so cool.
So
are they like oven safe, microwave safe? What's the deal?
Oven, no.
Okay.
So microwave, you add water to the cake mix, pour it into the pan. 2.5 minutes later, you have a soft, healthy cake.
Yeah, and having touched that, it is a soft, squishy, it's spongy, it smells delicious.
Just 2.5 minutes in the microwave, that's it. But if you want to do more, you can make little cupcakes.
They're so cute too.
In the oven with your oven safe pans.
Okay.
Not the plastic.
Now that it's funny, as soon as I asked it, I saw it, like the light hit, and there's a nice warning. So read your pans, folks.
Because someone didn't.
Of course.
And it was a dude.
Having been one of those.
And he said it cooked up great, but the pan melted. And I'm like, it says it all over the box. It says it all over the pan. Anyway.
Yeah, depending on the type of person, they don't seem necessarily, how shall I say, interested in the instructions.
No,
I'm an instructions guy.
They want to look at pictures, so.
Yeah, right. You're like, what is this, IKEA?
Yeah.
you put like an Allen wrench in the box to make it. Now I have 40 of them. It's great. I love this so much, and I love how cute they are.
Thank you.
Now,
so you can also make cookies.
Yeah.
I just perfected the perfect.
Oh, there we go. I was waiting for the puns. I was almost a little disappointed we hadn't hit any yet. That was on here.
Perfect cutout cookie for your cats and dogs.
Aww.
You just add 3 tablespoons of canned pumpkin to one of my cake mixes.
Yeah.
It's the perfect cutout cookie rollout dough.
That's awesome.
And did you know that canned pumpkin is a natural probiotic for both cats and dogs?
I did not know that, actually.
So it's great for their intestinal issues.
Oh, cool. I've definitely heard, and I've heard that before, but I didn't realize it was, did you say probiotic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I keep getting pro and prebiotics confused lately now
It's
that they're
pro.
both popular. I'm like,
Right.
I don't know
Who
which one
knows?
is which. I was just like, I'll
So-
take both just to be
Right.
safe.
You can put the canned pumpkin, a tablespoon on their kibble.
Yeah.
You can put it in my recipes.
Okay.
And add it. The other beautiful thing about pat cakes is you can make it as easy as just add water and microwave.
Yeah.
Or if you want to go above and beyond, you can add canned pumpkin, canned chicken, ground turkey, peanut butter, not sugar-free.
Okay. That xylitol, get 'em.
Exactly. And I'm on a mission to help all pet parents understand that xylitol is a crazy killer. I have it listed on my box, what you should never give your dogs.
Oh, that's a great
And
note.
xylitol is number one.
We're going to have to publicize that little thing because that's like such a big deal.
It is.
Morrison tried to steal a raisin from me the other day. I was like,
No.
instantly, I didn't actually hit him, obviously. I just made the noise. I was like, I don't agree with that, but also don't eat the raisin.
Well, you're a good pet parent. So thank you
Well,
for
thankfully,
knowing that.
I saw, and I was actually, it's funny that you brought this up. So I'm very happy you did this. I saw some meme going around the other day. They were like, hey, Thanksgiving comes up. Here is what is safe for you to feed your pet from the table. And they broke it down by like, all right, maybe a little bit of turkey, maybe a little bit of this, or like, don't do these items, or like, be careful of they like mention all the things that you would think, or like, no raisins, no grapes, watch out
no
for anything.
onions.
Yes, no onions. That's
Everybody
a big one.
cooks with the onions. That's why you should cook with my cookbook
See?
for your dogs. For example, barking banana pumpkin bread.
Ooh, that sounds
for the
good.
holidays.
That's good for me.
It is. It is. I'm gonna make sure you try one of everything.
And I just flipped canine crepes too. That's hilarious. I love it.
Yes, I had as much fun naming these treats.
I bet.
As I did making them. It was 2.5 years of my life.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also did the photos myself.
Did you really?
I pasted on Blue Apron. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, if we're doing this at home for us, I'm like, well, I want pet parents to be able to do something at home for their. So I kind of mirrored. I have the glamour shot.
Yeah.
Then I have the ingredients shot.
It's perfect.
And then
Yeah, it
I
looks
have
great.
some how-to steps at the bottom.
See, it's like you did make the instructions for people who both read and just look at the
Just
pictures.
look at the pictures. And I have to say, I hate reading too. The older I get, the harder it is to read.
It's that thing too where anytime I really, I do read a decent bit still. Reading was my best friend growing up, and I don't know what happened to our relationship as I got older. I think just TV and guitars seem
called
more
Audible.
appealing. Yeah, right. Oh, I love it though.
Me too.
Yeah, and at first, I had that thing in a minute. I was like, does this count? And I'm like, oh yeah, it counts. I'm listening. It's fine. And then occasionally, it's like I love when I read somebody's like autobiography, and then they're reading it too, which is way more
I
fun.
love that.
That's like the best thing ever.
It is.
You're like, oh, this is really how it sounds. Instead of just who wants to use their imagination. But I stopped at Wolf Waffles, and I think this is my favorite picture so far. And I love Bella's like she's got that very patient but sweetly excited thing going on in the background.
Yeah, not so sweet. She's actually. I want to say she's wonderful.
Yeah.
She's pretty. She has another B word instead of Bella that we
Oh.
put barking.
She's got that dog in her.
She's got the female dog in her. She does not like other dogs. She does not like other animals. She does not. She doesn't like bananas.
Oh, well.
I do.
That's okay.
But,
you can still be part of the club. Well,
thank
she's
you.
an honorary member. We won't tell
I was
her.
actually going to bring her in a. I have a stroller
would've been awesome.
that's zipped.
Yeah.
So I can roll her in and out of places. So
I should get one for Morrison.
Yeah.
I thought about that when we were talking about bringing him in for this. I was like, just in case he's weird with any, it's like I haven't brought him into. I've taken him to other jobs, but most of my other jobs have not been in the middle of a tourist destination. So
Right.
I'm like,
Right.
But no, I'm very excited for him to try these. So actually, for everybody watching, depending on where I drop it in the edit. It'll either be right before this episode, so maybe you've already, or not before this episode, but right before this segment, so,
he's
maybe
a
you've already seen it.
prebiotic dog introduction.
That's good. Otherwise, because I'm going to make him try everything. So thank you for that too. I know he will thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
the power of my voice.
Here it is. The cats want to be part of it. You're only talking about your dog.
That's a good point.
This was for the cats.
Well, let's talk about the cats too. How different are the products? Are they? Because I know the main thing is just no wheat, no corn, no soy, salt. All
No
that
salt,
kind of
sugar, preservatives. So I let you determine what you want to give your cats and dogs.
Cool.
So I give you healthy suggestions, healthy add-ons. So maybe you didn't know you could give your cat canned pumpkin, but you can.
Yeah.
So healthy add-ons. If you wanted to add it to any of the recipes, you can. It's optional,
Yeah.
but you don't have to. Like canned chicken, canned tuna, or salmon. That doesn't smell so great in the microwave.
Sure, not one of my favorite ones, yeah.
If you're already a cat person, you're feeding tuna all the time, a little bit of tuna in the microwave isn't going to kill you.
For sure.
And
Listen.
your cats are going to be loving you.
Yeah, I've
They're
been
gonna
asked to leave the kitchen at offices for less. You know.
Well, yeah.
I was that guy.
So heating up fish and
I just was like, look, my move was always, I was like, I ate something delicious yesterday. I'll probably finish it today. And much to the chagrin of my coworker, I never did the fish thing, but there was like this running joke, like, what is Mark cooking in there today? And now it's very funny because and now that I'm in a food place, there's really not anywhere for me to cook. I think that's even funnier.
That's not fair.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far, but I would.
I'm sure you're not losing any calories.
No, I'm positive. I'm like, now that they pay me to eat, it's kind of great, you know? It's like people just bring me stuff, so it's good.
So speaking of eating, are
Yeah.
you willing to try
I'm
a wolf
absolutely will.
waffle?
Of course.
If you try one, I will. Actually, at trade shows, when you can't leave the booth,
Yeah.
I sometimes will.
Yeah, just casually looking at the menu, I was like, these feel like these are going to be good little protein
So
treats.
The wolf waffles are the cheese recipe.
Smells good,
it's
too.
the cheesecake mix.
Okay.
And I added coconut water
Okay.
and yogurt. I like to use Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Cool. I'm in.
And, oh, an egg. An egg.
An egg. Okay. Bon appetit.
So because there's no salt and sugar, it's not as palatable to us. But
I mean, I'm not trying to be weird about it. I think it's kind of good.
oh,
I mean, it kind of hits that like health food. I don't know how to say it better than that because it is not particularly sweet, but it does taste good.
well, I would stop there and I would not try my frosting. My frosting
Yeah.
looks great.
But now I have to. You realize that,
well,
right?
wait a minute.
Still tell me.
It's dehydrated yogurt. That's it.
Okay.
So you add water to it to make it hard, like
Okay.
a royal frosting.
Okay.
And that so that you can touch the cookies and stack the cookies.
Yeah.
But on my muffins and my cakes,
Mm-hmm.
I use goat yogurt or Greek yogurt
Okay.
and add it to the.
I'm trying it. I'm in.
It's not good.
It's better than you said.
Well, this one's going to be better because I added. Guess what?
Bananas. Oh, came to the party.
Fluffy frosting. So I have fluffy frosting. I have the harder. What you just add water to it.
Yeah, it almost has like kind of a cheesy flavor. I kind of like, in like it works in that. You know, I guess it's that thing where if you hadn't told me, I wouldn't be. I'd be like, that's not frosting.
So-
but because I know, I'm kind of like, oh, that's kind of like. I kind of liked it.
Okay, so here's a
You're
funny
like, oh,
story.
cool, he's insane.
No, it just made me think. So my youngest bonus daughter, when she was still in the house, she's in college. She learned her lesson. She's like, which shelf is the dog shelf? Because I can't tell. Because I would have the muffins, and
Yeah.
the wolf waffles, and the canine crepes, and turkey paw prints, and Fido frittata.
Yeah. Oh, wait. That's adorable.
Page 15.
Okay. Oh, perfect. I opened right to it.
Oh, and the
Oh
canine.
my gosh, she's got the bunny ears on too.
Yeah, so I'm thinking each month you want to make something fun, a
Yeah.
brunch item for your dog.
That's so cool.
So she would be like, what am I allowed to eat? Just warn me ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and last night I was with some girlfriends
Yeah.
drinking some wine, and they were reminding me of, we hosted a fundraiser for a pet shelter.
Oh, cool.
And it's called the Harry Pupper instead of Harry Potter.
I love it.
And it was wizard themed.
Yeah.
And I made the same looking treats for humans, but for humans
Oh, that's
as I
amazing.
did for the dogs. The dog table was outside. A neighbor came over across the yard and got one of the wands, which was a bully stick.
Oh, not one I would love to eat.
I did the yogurt frosting with sprinkles on the end for
Oh my
wands.
gosh. Yeah, I bet. And
I love it. Well, I'm like, oh, that's for the dogs. And she was spitting and she didn't
sure.
know, but I knew.
That's hilarious. Well, I bet that's the last time you just walk into the neighbors and take a treat. You got to learn the hard way sometimes.
You gotta learn the hard way sometimes.
I'm definitely not creeping in your backyard.
So a lot of people are telling me they want this just from March 1st. Oh, I'm sorry, April 1st.
April 1st.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible with.
It's at first I was like March 1st, and then I was like brewing company. What's happening on March 1st? I always do that thing where I was like, what do I not know? I was like, this is where I reveal that I'm like, I also have no idea what's going on. Yeah, April 1st would be great. I feel like, look, I know I said I talk about some of this off air, but I will throw this one. I think would be good. I could see this performing really well as a make them both identical, and then have people guess live.
I did that.
Oh, cool! Did it go well?
I did that at Valentine's Day. So I
is
made
so fun.
heart-shaped cookies, muffins, and cakes. Decorated them both for humans and for your dogs and cats.
Yeah.
And then I took pictures and I asked people on Facebook. It was a while ago. I'm going to redo that.
I feel like we could
redo that.
That would be a fun thing to do as a demo here. As you could have a tray of each, and then you can ask people to pick live, like which one. And then they got to eat whichever they pick. And this is still good.
It's true. Let's do it.
I think that's a lot of fun.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
Yeah.
I think that,
Not April 1st. We'll do it. We'll do it
whenever.
April 1st.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a really good idea. Mike, set up the demo.
Yes.
Get it going. Mike always is like, hey, do you have time for this? And I was like, sometimes I do. And I was like, if they're extra fun, I will make the time, which is why we're here today.
Perfect.
I think this is such a good idea. I think this is so fun. And I think
we're going to shake on it. We're going to banana tip on it. That's stronger than a pinky promise.
Listen, here especially, when an empire built atop the banana skins, banana peels, skins. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. I hate when I forget things. I called doing the dishes dish laundry the other day, and I was like, oh, cool. Is this early onset dementia? Hopefully not. Maybe.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm like, can you turn the candle on?
Oh, yeah.
I do the same, or I'm like,
turn the candle on. I'm actually just purposely using that.
And I also do something with sound. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I love that.
I'm getting up there.
Yeah, it's fine. It's kind of fun. Listen, the thing that always cracks me up about it is I was like, if you're not so focused on what the correct term is, it actually makes sense.
It does.
It is dish laundry,
It
okay?
is.
I'm just washing it.
It is. It's just you don't close a door.
Right, exactly. Well, I mean, it's a different door, really, right?
Yeah. If you're hand doing it.
Oh, yes. Come on now. Well, the worst part, now it's time for me to get on my dishwasher soapbox, which is, why do I own a device that I have to pre-do the work for? If I got to wash the dishes to put it in there to really wash it, I'm like, what's going on?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is. But I still do it.
I know, me too.
Because I can't stand pulling out a glass that has crap all over it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it makes me so angry.
I know.
And I'm like, where is this coming from?
I think it's because, I would assume, at least if we share as much as I think we might in a temperament sense, is that, like, for the most part, things are cool. But, like, these little, it's just
little
like,
things.
It's just these stupid little things. And you're like, it feels gross. It looks gross. And I don't know.
I
I feel like we're
wasted
prepared
2
people.
hours and 25
Exactly.
minutes because I did the extra steam clean
yeah, you're
thing,
like,
and it's like
heavy
BS.
wash. You're like, that's not heavy wash. It barely ran any more water. I'm paying the bill. I know exactly how much work you're doing.
Well, and they also tout now that they use less water than we do in the sink. It's like that's why it's not getting
working.
clean.
Right. That's why I have to still use the sink. Okay. GE, if you're out there listening to this, I generally love your products, but really get it together on the dishwasher side, or whoever's making them. Samsung probably. I don't know.
Speaking of dishwasher.
Oh, are they dishwasher safe?
They're dishwasher safe.
Bring it right back to the
Freezer
pancakes.
safe.
Oh, that's actually
microwave
a really great one.
safe.
That's perfect.
Do not put them in the oven, people.
Oh my gosh. You know what? And now I'm going to.
Okay, so
I'm going to touch this one.
Go ahead.
It feels like it doesn't go in the oven. Like, I feel like that's not to be mean to the person, the anecdote earlier, but come on, dude. You didn't know.
He sent the picture too.
Did he really? Come on, dude. You owned it.
And he sent the picture and it said micro.
Looking like a melted candle out here. I love this so much.
Thank
I love
you.
that you include the trays too. I think that's a really great thing. And I feel like that's something that seems to be, I don't want to say missing from the competition because I don't really think there is much in the way of competition, but it's missing. I feel like, but it's a great thing because, like, honestly, if I bought this and then these weren't in there, I'd be like, what the hell am I cooking these in? Like, where am I going to get the fun fish shaped tray? Well,
The fun fish shaped tray from pet cakes.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
We're the only one.
That's so cool. I think this is so great.
Thank you.
Well, maybe we should tease the audience a little bit about something that you pitched me an email. Okay, so for those of you watching along, I know you've been doing, we love the giveaways that we've been doing on the show here, and you had a great idea for one, and I think we're going to collaborate on this one. So I think we're going to get a wheelbarrow, right? We're going to start there.
Well, it can. I don't know if it's a tabletop wheelbarrow.
That's fine. We can get a small one. It's okay. Whatever.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Go ahead.
I'll do all
Go
forced
for it.
perspective. We're going to get some sort of fun receptacle. Let's put it that way. But we're going to fill it with, well, my contribution to this is I'm going to give you a ton of bananas. Not a literal ton, but like a large amount of bananas.
A barrel full of bananas.
A barrel of bananas?
A barrel
oh my
of
gosh,
bananas.
I bet I got a barrel of this building too.
Ooh, you've got a pickle
We'll find
barrel.
it. I definitely have a pickle barrel, but I'm growing
There's
mushrooms in it
mushrooms
right now. Yeah. Spoiler, everyone. I'm growing king oyster mushrooms in my office.
And
but
pet cakes, we're going to give you a year's supply.
I love it.
And we're going to do it both for the cat pet parent and the dog pet parent. So we're giving away 2 years worth of
That's
pet
so
cakes.
cool. That's awesome. Are you going to also put the cookbook in too?
And the cookbook goes
Heck
in.
yes.
And the recipes.
I love it. Yeah, because the recipes in here, I meant to ask
So
this earlier.
fun.
Are they separate dog versus cat? Or are they, like, you could do it for either of them?
You can do it for either of them.
I love it.
I just got so focused on doing the brunches for dogs at the pet-friendly patios that I didn't think ahead of time to say, oh, and it's cat-friendly, but...
Yeah. But no, well, here, you've now got a clip. You can put this on the internet and be like, it is for both.
Paws and brunch for your cats and dogs.
Yeah, because cats have paws too,
Oh,
right?
Can I say this?
You can say whatever you want.
I saw that. I've been researching your podcast, and people are saying pretty much whatever they want.
From the jump, but my first thing, I was just like, you do you. You say whatever. It's your brand. It's your thing. I'm like, I'm good either way. People know I'm out of my mind,
So the first launch of the cookbook was not Paws and Brunch. It was Brunch and Bitches.
Oh, I love that though.
However,
it's funny, yeah.
when I went to promote it on TV, radio, and Facebook, they said, no, you can't. So I had to relaunch, reprint.
That's so funny though.
And I still can't do ads on Facebook.
Really? Because that's so funny.
I have to hire someone else.
Oh my gosh, that's so ridiculous. I get it. That is sort of. I mean, I guess I get it, but there is that part of me that's like, no,
because it was dogs. It literally.
You were literally using the terminology properly. This was not derogatory, But the internet's. Well, we just got our TikTok account banned recently because I was doing a live stream in the cheese department. So I was just like, the internet doesn't really know what's going on. Oh, we get a game of table volleyball going on. We got the. It's feeling possum in here.
It's awesome, possum.
This is the clip. It's just us. Hi, everyone. Today we're just playing with the balloons.
It's fun.
It is fun. This is great.
Oh, can I say something?
I wanted to ask you about the awards that we're going.
Yeah.
You might need to pull it out because it might not show up super well. I'm sorry that I have the mic placed where it is.
So I sell on Amazon and Chewy for years.
Okay.
I have over 12,000 4.5-star reviews. 9,000 of them are 5-star reviews.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. And after years of getting reviews and people talking about, hey, I don't have a microwave. Can I make it in the oven? Yes, in your own microwave-safe pan.
Or oven-safe pan. Yeah.
Oven-safe pan. Thank you.
Got you.
So, in answer to everything that people were having questions about, I created the Pet Cakes Complete Baking Kit, launched it this year at the largest pet trade show, and won first place.
That's so cool.
For best new product of the year, beating out thousands of other entries.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that's a global pet expo, right?
Yes.
That's even a show I've heard of. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well,
in Florida.
I like to dig into
Orlando.
all these because my goal is to not only do the show here. I want to go to more of these trade shows since we carry all this stuff. And I feel like there's so much
that's
action.
perfect.
Right? Perfect.
That's
to
perfect.
To roll off your pun from earlier.
So I was just at the NACS, National Association for Convenience Stores.
Yeah.
And got in.
That's one I really want to go to.
So that is crazy.
I bet.
You don't have to spend a dime on lunch
Yeah.
or dinner because they're handing out food
All day long.
All day long. Drinks, alcohol.
I know, right? Exactly.
That would be a great one.
Before I started here, this group called the Sweets and Snacks Expo invited me out, which I thought was awesome because at that time I was just like Mark the actor, I guess, influencer. I hate using that term to describe anything I do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, I just have followers. I just don't want, I'm like, I don't know. And if you look at my content, I do not make influencer content. I'm like, hey, I went to this, anyway.
Yeah.
But going to the Sweets and Snacks Expo was like one of the most dangerous things I've ever been to in my life. Because
Where was it?
The year I went, this would have been 2021. It was in Indianapolis. I think they moved back to Chicago this past year.
Okay.
But I was so stoked. They're like, hey, because I was doing like a food blog still and some other like kind of food related stuff. I went out and I came home with like suitcases of snacks and candy. And I'm like, I think conservatively, I gained 20 pounds off like a day trip to Indianapolis. But
true.
It was awesome.
It's crazy the amount of food and giveaway. So not the same at the Pet Expo.
Sure.
Not at Global.
Yeah, they're just like, try our products. They're like, well, I didn't bring anybody to brush.
You can bring your animals. You have to register though.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm registering him as something.
But he would be a little anxiety ridden.
I have a feeling too.
It's like 7 football fields or more.
I bet.
It's huge.
He's so good with other animals.
Is he?
He's just really protective of me. He's got that herder in him. So he's like very smart. And he's like, whoa, don't touch him. That's not how this flow goes. And he's definitely got a little bit of that. He's mellowed out a little bit in time, but I mean, he's a rescue. So
right.
He came a little, I joked, I mean this with love. I was like, he was damaged goods a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, but it's nice, but I picked him because I was like, I'd like you to have a better life, Right.
Turn the tables.
Yeah.
Turn the tails.
Yeah, and I've been he's too smart. I know, I can see it in his eyes. He looks like, like a veteran. Like he's like, I've seen things. And I was like, I don't know what they were, but I'm sorry, He's a good kid.
So I believe the same thing with Bella. I was told she was 1, but when we went to a psychic, he said that she was she was at least 2 when we met.
Really?
And I'm like, oh, really?
Huh, interesting.
And tell me more.
Yeah.
She was apparently a German Shepherd in her past life. He's like, does she really protect you and bark at everybody and everything?
Yeah.
Well, luckily, she is deaf, so she's calmer. So it helps her. But I'm like,
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, she was a German Shepherd. I'm like, wow, who knew?
Yeah.
And then there's another psychic. Pet psychic. Actually, not
I was going to
psychic.
say, no, I had to back up on this. I was like, wait a second. They're like dedicated pet psychics? That's a thing.
And animal communicators, which is even more interesting because I no longer wanted to know past life because we just we had a pandemic puppy named Zeke. He's a mountain cur mix and he was crazy. We're like, what was his life like? So she can look at a picture or look at him via Zoom. She's in LA. She does movie stars dogs. She does dogs that are on TV.
Yeah.
You know that show in New York, Murders in the Building?
Yeah.
Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, with Steve Martin, Martin Short. Yeah.
There's a dog in there, and she's communicated with that dog.
That's my
Isn't
kind of
that cool?
clientele. Yeah, I love that.
I'm like, that is so cool. So she's like, yeah, I guess when you first met him, he knows that your husband really wanted him and you did not. But he loves how you put something liquid on his food and the way you wipe his paws. Do you wipe his paws? I'm like, I love wiping his paws because he's got these bubble toes.
Yeah.
And I tease it. I don't tease him. I'm like, I love your eyes, I love your ears, I love your nose, and I love your bubble toes. And I kiss him. So she's like, I see you really working with his feet. And I'm like, so I did not want Zeke. He was not the dog because he was a lunatic. He was crazy.
Yeah.
But you don't know what they've been through.
Right.
And so he went through 3 different trainers.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But we're in a good place now.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
See, that's it. It's all about
So I don't know what happened before.
Yeah.
Or with Bella, but they're all good now.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. That's because they clearly have loving parents.
Yes.
It's just like people, right? If you have people who care about you enough around you, it usually works out all right.
Yeah, and I'm so close to my animals that I can see if something is just a little off. I'm like, I videotape it. I'm like, I show the vet. I'm like, is this something? Is this a watch and see?
Yeah.
So they're like, obviously, you're a great mom to your animals because she's almost 17.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's amazing. Oh, congratulations.
Thank
This is so
you.
cute. What a good day this has been. I appreciate this. Well, Melinda, I mean, I think we've knocked pretty much everything out here. We've gone through the whole lineup. I'm going to add video of Morrison trying the treats and giving his paw of approval. I'll see. I meant to tell you this. We started carrying these, but I just bought those buttons that you can train them to talk with.
Yes.
So I haven't started. I bought it the other day. I have not set it up. My plan is to try and work with them this weekend.
So you record your own voice into it.
Which is going to be awesome, too.
And I love you.
Aww.
So I'm making like pitches.
Yeah.
And, but I don't want to give him, you want to go for a walk? Because that's all he'll be.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I have a feeling this. I trained Morrison to ring a little bell to go outside.
Okay.
And he usually doesn't. He usually just will be like, I can now tell from the stance. He'll like walk over. I'm like, oh, and then I'm thinking,
He puts his back to you. Focuses out.
He'll actually come up and he just like deeply, almost weirdly like looks at you, and he'll kind of have like the like half mouth trim. Like every time he does it, I'm like, are you trying to actually talk to me? Like I get that feeling, and I know that sounds like absolutely insane.
No,
but I'm
not
like,
to me.
Well, he's like such a smart dog too that I'm just like, I know something's going on in there right now, and that's usually the tell.
They cock their head too, and they're like trying to understand. I'm like, Zeke, because Bella knows sign language.
Oh, that's cool.
Because she can't hear.
Right, she can't hear.
So I'm like, Zeke, you want to go for a walk? And he goes,
yeah.
Like,
you're like, oh, you sweet little animal. What does cocking your head at 45 degrees do for this? But I'm going to try it every time I don't understand. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what'd you say?
What? Huh?
I love that so much.
I can talk dog and cats all day long.
Well, I feel like we should do a whole follow-up on that and bring a bunch of animals in here.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to bring my Bella pillow.
Oh,
darn
okay.
it.
Well, next time.
Okay, next time.
Well, you'll be doing, I know you've got a demo that, depending on when this airs, you may have already done the demo here in the store.
That's okay, because I'll do a second one. My live demo is actually tomorrow.
Okay, so, yeah, so then we'll miss it for this. So. But
for the next one, we could maybe add it.
Yeah, well, and the other thing, too, is I could always cut a clip of this, too, and then just help run it on social again if that makes life any easier, whatever works like that, too. So I'm always happy to support. Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
I think it's fun that we do all these fun little demos here in the store in the first place because there's so many. I mean, I think the other day, it's probably been months now, but I'm pretty sure we broke 200,000 SKUs in the store, something insane like that.
Gosh.
Well, I mean, and we're getting new products every day. So I imagine as a customer, you know, I'm privileged because I'm here and all I do is like in between interviews, I'm like walking the store to look for those things. But I imagine as a customer, right, this is sometimes a bit of a special trip for a lot of people.
Well, it's a destination. It's all day long.
Yeah.
It's like you bring the kids and pack up a lunch or eat.
Right. They got coolers and stuff like that. It's kind of, I mean, I get it. Trust me. I have one of them I keep in my car now where I'm like, I got just enough of a, well, you and I have a very similar commute too here. So it's kind of funny where I'm like, oh, I got to keep that cold by the time I get home. You know? But I think it's fun because, and then of course, obviously having people like yourself on the show in the first place just to go like, hey, here's a bunch of cool stuff we've got. If you walked by, you may have just been like, oh, that looks cool and didn't really engage.
It
I'm hoping
resonates now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping that people will just engage a little bit more and be like, oh, that is a fun idea. So thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, it's my pleasure. Yeah. Where can people find more about you in the meantime? Is it ilovepetcakes.com?
It is.
I did my research.
ilovepetcakes.com.
That's cool. And I also tagged you today on social, so I know
thank you.
on Instagram as well. It's also, and Facebook, I Love Pet Cakes. So
I want to start a cooking class on YouTube.
I think that would be so much fun.
For pet parents.
I love that
and
so
kids.
much.
Kids can make this. It's so easy.
Oh, yeah. That'd be a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll tell you this idea off air. I think.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, Melinda, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Shall we shake on it?
Yes, I think we should. Oh, you like that idea the giveaway she and I came up with? I think it could be a lot of fun. We'll iron out the details. We'll talk about that in the future. But don't forget, like I said, I'm going to pick 3 winners here next Tuesday for these There's no easy way to just show all the tickets. These, again, 3 pairs of tickets to Entertainment Junction, baby. All access. Go see all the trains. Go see all the Christmas displays. You know it. Bring the family. Bring the kids. Bring whoever you want to bring. I don't know. I'm not trying to make social decisions for you. All right, folks. On that, let's wrap this baby up. In the meantime, you can, well, of course, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, whichever platform you choose on. I appreciate you very much. Blah, 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 blah. You know I love you. And on that, I'll see you out there in the aisles.
The Jungle Gyms podcast is recorded in the WJJI studio inside Jungle Gyms International Market in Fairfield, Ohio. The Jungle Gyms podcast is produced and hosted by Mark Borison.